these numbers, does FDA need more resources to conduct inspections of foreign drug manufacturers? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. I've asked for more resources.
All right. So is it fair for me to say then, using FDA's estimate, rather using GAO's estimate of $16 million just for Chinese firms, your resources here under the budget of request of $11 million and $13 million are not adequate? Isn't that right? Yes?
They're not in concordance with GAO's estimates. That's correct.
Okay. So are you telling me that these are adequate or not?
I'm telling you that we are putting those to appropriate use, and I have requested additional resources to do more, but I'm trying to make the point that in addition to doing more, we have to do it differently.
You know, I've been in this business a long time, and I've had Food and Drug Commissioners constantly tell me, oh, we're going to have a new means of doing this, and we're going to do this. We're going to be leaner and meaner. Turns out that they're leaner and poorer and weaker and less capable of doing their job. And all these promises that I get from commissioners of Food and Drug about how they're going to do better turn out to be nothing more or less than, quite frankly, hooey.
Mr. Chairman, if you allow me, please, in the dialogue,
I didn't fall off the cabbage wagon yesterday, sir. I've been talking to Food and Drug commissioners for 40 years. And you're not the first fellow that I've had to skin for not doing his job and coming up here and defending an indefensible situation. So I want to maintain my respect for you, but I can't maintain my respect for you if you keep toe dancing around the hard facts that curse you with the inability to do your job because you don't have the resources.
Mr. Chairman, I agree with you that we need more resources. I think the point of the story is the heparin situation indicated that even if we had done the inspection, we would not have detected that contamination. That's why I'm trying to make the point to you that in addition to resources for inspections, which I agree with, that we also have to change the system.
How much? Let's come right down to the nut cutting stage here, and let's get a hard answer. How much money do you really need to carry out your responsibilities in regard to foreign inspection? Foreigners are not compelled by absence of inspections by FDA to carry out good manufacturing practices. American manufacturers are. How much money do you need to see to it that you put your treatment of foreign manufacturers of prescription pharmaceuticals and foods in the same position that you put U.S. manufacturers, because you inspect U.S. manufacturers on an adequate level, and you do not inspect foreign manufacturers in the same way? How much money do you need to do the job that you have to have? Now, give me an answer to that question.
Well, sir, if you took the $45,000 per inspection and multiplied it by the number of facilities.
Just tell me, how much do you need? I'm rather tired of all this toe dancing. You cannot do your job. You are not doing your job. How much money do you need to do it?
Mr. Chairman, that would require me to present to you a business plan. You gave a figure of $45,000 per inspection. If we were to inspect everything every 2 years, that would be one formula.
How much money do you need to do your job if you do the job on foreigners that you do on Americans? Simple question. I'm sure you must.
It would be the number of facilities.
I'll repeat it.
It would be the number of facilities times.
How much money do you need? You are carrying water for administration. It is not giving you the resources that you need. This committee wants you to have the resources that you need to do the job that you have to do to protect the American people. 62 people died because of bad heparin. Hundreds of others were made sick. You presided over this because you do not have the resources to do the job that you need to do. How much money do you need to do the job that you are supposed to do, to see to it that the Americans are safe? You are the Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration. You are presiding over an intolerable situation. How much resources do you need?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to have the resources that would enable us to do a systemic overhaul of the entire process, not a figure that's related to the cost per inspection times the number of facilities. I don't think that addresses the problem.
Words, just how much money do you need on the basis of what I have described is going on to do the job that you have to do to see to it that good manufacturing practices are conducted in places like China so as to protect the American consumers against unsafe commodities? You have one fine scandal going on. You have others going on with regard to fish and fish products, and you simply are absolutely incapable of addressing your responsibility.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if you wanted the answer to that question just for drugs, given the formula
Well, please
that you
answer
presented,
just for drugs.
$45,000.
It from you.
It's $45,000 per inspection times 3,000 facilities just for drugs. What I'm attempting to respond to your
I don't want to hear
important
about how you're going to change
bigger than that.
New methodologies and how you're going to have a new regime for dealing with the Chinese. I just want you to tell me how much it takes you to provide the same necessary inspection for Chinese manufacturers of pharmaceuticals that you have now going on with regard to American manufacturers, so that you can insist that there be good manufacturing practices carried forward in China like they are carried forward in America. There's absolutely no sense in us having a good law to protect from American manufacturers and then have American manufacturers getting raw materials in from China that put American citizens at risk. So how much do you need to do your responsibility of inspecting those foreign firms in China to see to it that they carry out their proper responsibilities of giving us good manufacturing practices to assure the safety of the American consuming public? Simple question. How about an answer?
If there are 3,000 facilities in China at $45,000 per inspection, that would be the figure.
What did you say? What did you say?
If the estimate is that it costs $45,000 per inspection, and there are 3,000 facilities, that would be the figure. But I'm trying to discuss with you the fact that I don't believe that is the solution to the problem. I believe it is much more complex, and the solution needs to be much more comprehensive than just simply inspecting a facility.
Well, all right. How do you propose to assure then that good manufacturing practices are carried forward without inspecting these people?
Well, they need to be inspected. I'm not precluding that this doesn't include inspection.
The facilities are safe? How are you to be assured that they're clean? How are you to be assured that there are not adulterants added? You just have a fine fuss going with the Chinese about whether they're adding illegal components. It's here in the newspaper.
One thing, Mr. Chairman, is
this article, Commissioner?
As I pointed out in my opening statement, is that we cannot do this on an episodic basis of going and coming. We have to have offices that are physically present in these countries where these products are being produced, engaged in an ongoing continuous presence that involves inspections and enhancement of our inspections, while at the same time building capacity within those countries.
Simplify this and get rid of the toe dancing here. You got 45,000 per investigation. You got 3,000 firms. That comes to 70 million. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll trust your math, sir.
I note with apology to you, Mr. Chairman, that my time has expired. I want to get back into these matters at a time later. Commissioner, I have no ill will towards you. I have ill will of the most gross sort towards the fact that you come up here and defend a situation that is indefensible, and that you are not soliciting the resources that you need to do your job to protect the American people the way the law says you should, and that you're tolerating an administration which is allowing this kind of situation to obtain because they're too damn tight to see to it that the American people have the funds that are necessary to protect them against wrongdoing in foreign countries. I yield back the balance of my time.